Ah, come on!
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it.
Or my name isn't Nick.
Not it's Phoenix.
That was the joke.
I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Oh, gosh. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony! He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi.
Yanni Yogi.
Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why! Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food.
Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in this big pet shop downtown.
But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack?
Well, I kind of got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is.
And obviously that means it's truth.
If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago.
Make him.
He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
No, you might not.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ha! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Your mama.
Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
Gregory Edgeworth!
Robert Hammond. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Ah! Yanni Yogi! From the DL6 incident! It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating! However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof!
The proof is on the pudding.
And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory! This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, and I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick! How are you going to prove it? How can you prove he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then, we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, you look real sorry.
Why? The witness has no fingerprints.
Why do you
What?
already know that?
What? No fingerprints?
You can see before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Oh, yup!
I didn't remember that.
What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No.
Dental record.
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one!
Nick, what are we going to do? Can't they take a blood sample?
I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
I don't know if you can tell that from blood.
Your blood doesn't have DNA in it?
Well, Mr. Wright,
Not like a fingerprint.
perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, hmm? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot?
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to.
Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce! I object! Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Be my guest.
Be my guest.
Of
Put
course,
your parrot to the
should
test.
you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Maybe not. And
Let
if
the
we-
parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard! Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff,
To the
bring
shadow
in the parrot!